Today, I want to begin by talking about one of the most powerful prayers you will ever pray in your life. A prayer for restoration. Not a casual prayer, not a routine prayer, but a foundational prayer that realigns everything. Because when you ask, you receive. But when God restores, you receive more than you lost. Restoration is not about going back to what was. It is about stepping into what only God can multiply. And there are seasons in life when effort will not move you forward. Seasons when striving will only exhaust you. What you need then is not more strength from yourself, but divine renewal from God. I want you to understand something clearly as we begin this morning. Restoration is not a human achievement. It is a heavenly work, and it begins the moment you stop pushing and start surrendering. When you release the pressure to fix everything on your own, heaven steps in and begins to rebuild what was broken. God's restoration does not merely repair what cracked. It redefines what is possible. It comes suddenly, abundantly, unmistakably. But before God restores what is around you, He always restores what is within you. That is why I want you to pause right now. Before we rush into another day, before we carry yesterday's weight into today's decisions, I want you to examine your heart, not with fear, not with shame, but with honesty. Because true restoration always begins there. God cannot heal what we hide, but He will always redeem what we surrender. When you say, "Lord, search me, heal me, renew me," you are not admitting weakness. You are positioning yourself for renewal. Restoration is not built on effort. It is built on surrender. This is where many people struggle. We try to fix everything with our own hands. We try to manage the damage, control the outcome, force the timing. But restoration does not come through control. It comes through release. When God restores, He never gives you back the same version of what you lost. He gives you something better. His restoration carries His signature. When it happens, no one will say you were lucky. They will say, that had to be the hand of God. Some of you listening this morning have lost time. Others have lost opportunities, relationships, health, peace, or clarity. And maybe the heaviest loss is the one no one else sees, the loss of hope. But hear me clearly. Time is not your master. God is, and He can restore years in a single season. He can redeem missed moments in one divine shift. He can renew your strength, your purpose, and your vision until you look back and say, it could not have happened any other way. Just because you do not see progress does not mean heaven is silent. God is setting things in order even now. And when your moment comes, it will not arrive quietly. It will come like a flood, undeniable, unstoppable, overflowing. Scripture tells us that when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord raises a standard against him. That same Spirit is your defender, your restorer, your rebuilder. So this morning, I am not asking you to simply hope. I am asking you to prepare, because restoration is not random. It is scheduled. Heaven already has your name written next to the miracle. And today could be your Kairos moment, the appointed time when everything aligns and favor finds you. If you have been weary, take heart. If you have been waiting, hold on. Restoration always follows surrender. the same God who restored Job double, who renewed Sarah's womb, who rebuilt the ruins of Jerusalem. That same God is working on your story right now. He is preparing to exchange ashes for beauty, mourning for joy, heaviness for praise. And that is why I am asking you to stay with me through this prayer, because the words we are about to speak are not empty. They carry divine weight. We are about to agree with heaven. And when you say amen, something will begin to shift. God's strength and favor are about to surround you like a shield. So take a deep breath. This is holy ground. What we are about to pray is not just powerful, it is prophetic. Let us begin to pray together now. Almighty Father, I come before you this morning with open hands and an open heart, fully aware that I am standing on holy ground, aware that this moment is not ordinary, but appointed. I do not rush into your presence with noise or demands, but with reverence, humility, and surrender. You are the God who makes all things new, the God who restores what life has worn down, what time has delayed, and what pain has tried to steal. As this day begins, I choose not to begin it in my own strength, not in my own understanding, and not under the weight of yesterday. I choose to begin this day under your favor, under your authority, under your mercy that renews every morning. Lord, today I bring before you every dream that has grown quiet inside me. Dreams that once felt alive and clear, but now feel distant, fragile, or buried under disappointment. I bring the promises I once held tightly, but slowly loosened my grip on because waiting became heavy and answers seemed slow. I bring the hopes that once burned with confidence, but dimmed through delay, loss, or repeated letdowns. I do not hide them from you, because you already see them, and I do not defend them, because you already understand them. I lay them at your feet, because I trust that what is surrendered into your hands is never wasted. Father, I release my need to control outcomes, to force timing, to understand every step of the process. I release the frustration that comes from trying to manage what only you can move. I release the bitterness that formed when expectations were not met, when prayers seemed unanswered, when doors closed without explanation. I confess that there were moments when disappointment settled into my heart quietly, moments when weariness disguised itself as acceptance. Moments when I told myself I was fine while something inside me slowly hardened. Today, I lay that down. I do not want to carry yesterday's pain into today's peace. I do not want to interpret this new day through old wounds. Cleanse my heart, Lord. From resentment, I learned to tolerate. From regret, I learned to live with. From discouragement, I learned to hide behind strength. Where my heart has grown guarded, soften it again. Where trust has been damaged, restore it gently. Where hope has been bruised, breathe life back into it patiently. Replace what I release with what only you can give. Replace disappointment with faith that does not depend on circumstances. Replace fragile hope with anchored hope that remains steady even when nothing seems to be changing. Replace the heaviness of the past with healing that reaches deeper than words and touches places I never knew how to name. I believe you are not intimidated by what is broken in me. You are not discouraged by my weakness. You are not surprised by my weariness. You are the God who restores, not by shame, but by grace, not by force, but by love. Father, teach me to understand restoration the way you intended, not the way my emotions demanded. Help me see that restoration is not always about getting everything back the way it was. Sometimes restoration looks like peace returning where anxiety once ruled. Sometimes it looks like joy rising quietly where heaviness lingered for years. Sometimes it looks like faith standing again where fear once dominated. Sometimes it looks like worship flowing freely where silence once took over. You are not only concerned with fixing what surrounds me, you are deeply committed to rebuilding what is within me. So today, I give you permission to work inside my heart before you change anything outside my life. Restore my inner world, Lord. Restore my thoughts where negativity has taken root and rewritten my expectations. Restore my emotions where grief has overstayed its season. Restore my spirit where exhaustion has drained my passion and dulled my sensitivity to your voice. Restore my ability to trust without fear, to hope without conditions, to believe without constant proof. I understand now that when the heart is restored, everything else eventually aligns. When the inside is made whole, the outside finds its order. Father, I receive the truth that restoration is not something I must wait for, as if it were distant or uncertain. I believe restoration is already in motion. Even now, you are restoring the person you originally created me to be, the version of me before pain taught me to shrink, before disappointment taught me to lower my expectations, before fear taught me to hesitate. You are bringing me back to myself, not the version shaped by survival, but the version shaped by purpose. Restore my identity, Lord. Remind me again who I am in you. I am not the sum of my mistakes. I am not defined by what I lost. I am not disqualified by my detours. I am not forgotten because I waited longer than I expected. I am called, I am seen, I am known, and I am still chosen. The purpose you placed inside me has not expired. The calling you spoke over my life has not been revoked. Even now, you are restoring clarity to my identity and confidence to my calling. I acknowledge this morning that restoration is not merely coming someday. It is unfolding now. I may not see the full picture yet, but I sense the shift. Something is loosening its grip on my heart. Something new is rising in my spirit. The weight I carried feels lighter than before. The fear that followed me feels weaker than before. The hope I thought was gone is quietly breathing again. Thank you for working beneath the surface before anything changes on the outside. Thank you for rebuilding foundations I did not realize were cracked. Thank you for restoring me in ways that are deep, thorough, and lasting. I trust that what you are doing now is stronger than what delayed me, greater than what discouraged me, and wiser than what I would have chosen for myself. I choose to remain surrendered in this process. I choose to stay open to your work, even when it stretches me, even when it requires patience, even when it challenges my understanding. I trust that every step forward will unfold in your timing, by your hand, and according to your perfect will. Father, as I remain here in your presence, surrendered and attentive, I now bring before you the areas of my life where restoration must move beyond my inner world and begin to touch the spaces where relationships have been strained, weakened, or broken. You see every connection in my life more clearly than I ever could. You know where love once flowed freely and where it has since been obstructed by misunderstanding, pride, silence, distance, or pain that was never resolved. I lift before you my family, my friendships, my marriage if I am married, and every meaningful relationship that has been affected by words spoken too quickly, words left unspoken, or wounds carried for too long. Lord, I ask you to restore what human effort has failed to repair. Where hearts have hardened, soften them again. Where trust has been fractured, rebuild it patiently. Where communication has broken down, reestablish pathways of grace, humility, and truth. Father, I acknowledge that I am not blameless in every broken place. Show me where my own pride resisted reconciliation, where my fear avoided difficult conversations, where my hurt justified distance instead of healing. I lay down the need to be right, the need to be defended, the need to be understood before I am willing to understand. Teach me to love the way you love, patiently, sacrificially, without keeping record of wrongs. Remove bitterness from my spirit so it does not poison my words. Remove resentment from my heart so it does not shape my reactions. Restore my ability to forgive freely, not because the wound was small, but because your grace is greater. Lord, breathe healing into families that have been divided by time, by geography, by conflict, or by disappointment. Heal relationships between parents and children where expectations created distance instead of connection. Heal marriages where routine replaced intimacy, where unresolved pain built walls instead of bridges, where love became strained under the weight of unspoken hurts. Restore friendships that drifted apart not because love was lost, but because life became overwhelming. Where reconciliation is possible, prepare hearts on both sides. Where reconciliation is delayed, give me peace, wisdom, and patience to trust your timing. Father, teach me how to speak with gentleness even when emotions run deep. Teach me how to listen with humility instead of defensiveness. Teach me how to respond with grace instead of reacting from pain. Let my presence become a place of safety rather than tension, a place of understanding rather than judgment. Let love rise again where silence once lived. Let compassion grow where frustration once took root. Let unity be restored where division once seemed permanent. And Lord, I now bring before you my physical body, knowing that you are not only the healer of hearts, but the healer of flesh, bone, and breath. You are the Creator who formed me intentionally, and nothing within me is hidden from your sight. You know every place where weakness lingers, where pain returns, where fatigue settles deeply. You know the conditions I speak openly about and the symptoms I quietly endure. Today, I place my health in your hands, trusting not in my own strength, but in your power that gives life. Touch every system within my body, Lord. Where there is imbalance, bring alignment. Where there is inflammation, bring calm. Where there is disease, bring healing. Where there is chronic pain, bring relief. Where exhaustion has taken hold, restore strength. Let your healing virtue flow through me from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I speak life where fatigue has ruled. I speak strength where weakness has lingered. I speak renewal where weariness has drained my energy. Restore my body as a dwelling fit for your presence. Let every heartbeat remind me that I am sustained by your mercy. Renew my strength like the eagle, that I may rise above limitation, that I may walk without fainting, that I may run without collapsing under the weight of constant strain. Replace heaviness with vitality. Replace tension with peace. Replace sickness with wholeness. I receive not just recovery, but restoration, health that is not merely the absence of pain, but the presence of vitality and balance. Father, I also bring before you my mind, because you know how deeply mental and emotional burdens affect the body. Silence the noise of anxiety that disrupts my rest. Calm the racing thoughts that steal my focus. Remove confusion where clarity is needed. Replace fear with assurance. Replace worry with trust. Let your peace guard my mind like a holy shield. When my thoughts wander toward worst-case scenarios, anchor them in truth. When doubt whispers quietly, let faith speak louder. Restore my joy, Lord. Not a shallow happiness dependent on circumstances, but deep joy rooted in knowing you are near, that you are in control, and that you are faithful. Restore my ability to worship freely, not out of habit or obligation, but out of delight and gratitude. Let praise rise again from my heart, even before breakthroughs appear. Teach me to worship while waiting, to trust while uncertain, to remain faithful while the outcome is still unfolding. Ignite spiritual fire within me again. Restore my passion for prayer, my hunger for your word, my sensitivity to your spirit. Where discouragement dulled my zeal, reignite it. Where disappointment cooled my expectancy, warm it again. Where apathy crept in unnoticed, awaken me gently but fully. I do not want to live spiritually numb. I want to live fully alive to your presence, responsive to your leading, bold in my faith, and unwavering in my trust. Lord, remove the residue of fear that tells me I should stay small, stay silent, or stay guarded. Restore boldness to my voice. Restore confidence to my spirit. Restore courage to my obedience. I refuse to let past failure define my future movement. I refuse to let old wounds dictate new decisions. I am not defined by what went wrong. I am defined by what you are making right. As you restore me, shape me into someone who reflects your grace outwardly. Let restoration not end with me, but flow through me. Teach me to speak life where others speak despair. Teach me to extend compassion where others expect judgment. Teach me to rebuild where others gave up. Let my words carry healing. Let my presence carry peace. Let my actions reflect mercy. Father, I acknowledge that restoration does not happen in isolation. It moves through every area of life, touching relationships, health, purpose, and provision. I remain open, receptive, and surrendered as you continue this work, trusting that what you restore fully, wisely, and with eternal intention. Farther, I now lift before you the areas of my life where time, provision, and opportunity have felt delayed, strained, or diminished. You are not only the restorer of hearts and relationships, you are the Lord of time itself, the source of all provision, and the author of every opportunity that carries purpose. Nothing I have lost is beyond your reach, and nothing that appears wasted is outside your redemptive power. Today, I surrender my understanding of time to you. I release the regret of years I wish I had lived differently, seasons I feel slipped away too quickly, and moments I believe I missed because I was afraid, unprepared, or unaware. I place my timeline in your hands, trusting that you are able to redeem not only what was lost, but the years themselves. Lord, where I have felt behind, remind me that you are never late. Where I have believed it was too late to begin again, correct my thinking with your truth. What I call delay, you often call preparation. What I label wasted, you call shaping. What I thought disqualified me, you have been using to develop wisdom, humility, and endurance within me. Teach me to see my past through the lens of redemption instead of regret. Heal my relationship with time so I no longer rush in anxiety or freeze in fear, but walk steadily in trust, knowing that you are guiding each step. Father, I now bring before you my finances, my work, my responsibilities, and every area where provision feels uncertain. You are Jehovah Jireh, my provider, not my salary, not my effort, not my circumstances. You know the pressure I have carried, the worries I have hidden, the nights I have stayed awake calculating outcomes that felt beyond my control. Today, I lay that burden down. I refuse to live under the constant fear of lack. I choose to live under the truth of your abundance. Bless the work of my hands, Lord. Breathe on my labor, my career, my business, my studies, and my ideas. Where there has been stagnation, release movement. Where there has been drought, send rain. Where there has been struggle, let grace make a way. Open doors that no one can shut, and close doors that would lead me away from your will, even if they appear attractive. Let favor locate me, not because I earned it, but because I belong to you. Arrange opportunities I could not orchestrate. Bring provision from places I did not anticipate. Let my life testify that you are my source. Teach me to steward well what you provide. Restore discipline where carelessness crept in. Restore wisdom where fear distorted my decisions. Restore generosity where anxiety caused me to hold too tightly. I do not want to merely survive financially. I want to overflow so I can bless others. Let my finances carry your fingerprint, integrity, gratitude, and purpose. Free me from the mindset of scarcity and replace it with faith that trusts your continual supply. Father, I also bring before you my sense of purpose and calling. There have been moments when I lost sight of why I began, when routine dulled passion and disappointment clouded vision. The fire that once burned brightly sometimes flickered under the weight of responsibility, criticism, or repeated setbacks. Today, breathe fresh fire into my calling. Remind me of who I am in you. I am not merely existing. I am called, chosen, and equipped. Before I was born, you placed something divine within me, a purpose no one else can fulfill, an assignment no one else can carry. Restore my vision, Lord. Teach me to dream again, not small dreams that fit comfortably within my logic, but bold dreams that require your power. Give me courage to start again where I once stopped, to rebuild where I once retreated, to believe where I once settled. Replace fear of failure with confidence in your faithfulness. Let my ambition be holy, driven not by applause, but by obedience, not by comfort, but by calling. Help me to see my work as worship, my service as partnership with heaven, my obedience as alignment with your will. Restore focus where distraction has scattered my energy. Restore boldness where hesitation slowed my steps. Restore perseverance where weariness tempted me to quit. Let me see the future not as something to fear, but as something to steward with wisdom and faith. My purpose is not dead, it is awakening. My destiny is not delayed, it is developing. Lord, I now ask you to restore my spiritual hunger, because more than success, recognition, or comfort, I desire you. Take me back to my first love, to that place where time with you was not a task, but a treasure. I do not want to merely know about you. I want to know you. I do not want to serve you only with my hands. I want to seek you with my heart. Remove anything that has dulled my sensitivity to your spirit. Tear down idols I built unknowingly, even good things that slowly took your place. Restore the joy of prayer, not as duty, but as delight. Restore worship as my language, not my last resort. Let your word come alive within me again, burning with truth and authority. Fill me with holy hunger, the kind that cannot be satisfied by success, possessions, or approval, but only by your presence. Let me wake up longing to meet with you and go to rest, grateful for your nearness. Father, remove spiritual fatigue from my soul. Replace routine with revelation. Remind me that I am not working for you alone. I am walking with you. You are not distant, watching my effort from afar. You are close, guiding my steps, strengthening my resolve. Let every act of service, every word of encouragement, every quiet moment of obedience become worship. As this prayer continues, I declare that everything the enemy intended for harm, you are turning for good. What was meant to break me has strengthened me. What was meant to silence me has refined my voice. What was meant to derail my purpose has deepened my dependence on you. I remain here, open and expectant, trusting that restoration is unfolding across every dimension of my life, and that what you are building now will reveal its beauty in your perfect time. Father, I now place into your hands the areas of my life where discouragement once whispered that it was safer to stop expecting, safer to stop believing, safer to stop reaching. You know how quietly fear can settle into the soul, not always loudly, but subtly, convincing me to lower my hopes, to protect myself from disappointment by no longer anticipating your movement. Today, I reject that quiet lie. I choose again to believe that you are active, attentive, and involved in every detail of my life, even the ones that seem ordinary, delayed, or unresolved. Restore my expectancy, Lord, because expectancy is the language of faith, and faith is how I remain aligned with what you are doing, even when I cannot yet see it. Father, there have been seasons when I felt like I was standing still while the world moved forward. Seasons when comparison tempted me to question my progress and my worth. In those moments, I confess that I sometimes doubted whether you were still working on my behalf. Today, I bring those doubts to you, not in shame, but in honesty. Replace comparison with contentment, and contentment with confidence. Teach me to trust that my path does not need to look like anyone else's in order to be blessed. Restore my confidence in your personal plan for my life. knowing that you do not work in copies, but in purpose-driven design. Lord, I ask you to restore my peace in seasons of uncertainty. When outcomes remain unclear and answers seem slow, anchor my heart in the assurance that you are not confused, hurried, or overwhelmed. Quiet the inner restlessness that tries to push me ahead of your timing. Silence the voice that says I am running out of chances. I receive your peace not as an escape from reality, but as strength to walk steadily through it. Let peace guard my heart and mind, not temporarily, but consistently, shaping how I think, how I decide, and how I respond. Father, restore my resilience. Restore my ability to stand again after disappointment, to rise again after failure, to trust again after loss. Where past setbacks taught me to hesitate, teach me now to move forward wisely but boldly. Where mistakes once made me cautious, allow experience to make me discerning rather than fearful. I refuse to let what went wrong become a permanent ceiling over what you are still able to do. Strengthen my inner resolve so I no longer retreat at the first sign of resistance, but remain steady, grounded, and faithful. Lord, I bring before you the moments when I felt unseen, overlooked, or undervalued. You know the weight of serving quietly, giving faithfully, loving generously without recognition or reward. Restore my assurance that nothing done in obedience is ever wasted. Remind me that you see what others miss, that you honor faithfulness even when applause is absent. Restore my joy in serving you without conditions, trusting that my reward comes from you alone. Father, renew my patience. Teach me how to wait without anxiety, to trust without timelines, to obey without immediate confirmation. Waiting has often tested my faith more than hardship, and yet I believe you use waiting not to weaken me, but to deepen me. Restore my understanding of waiting as preparation, not punishment. Let patience produce maturity, wisdom, and stability within me, so that when doors open, I am ready to walk through them with humility and gratitude. Lord, I ask you to restore my sensitivity to your guidance. Remove spiritual dullness that developed through busyness, distraction, or emotional overload. Fine-tune my ability to hear your voice above the noise of expectations, opinions, and pressures. Teach me to recognize your leading not only in dramatic moments, but in quiet nudges, subtle convictions, and gentle redirections. Restore my discernment so I may walk wisely, choosing alignment over impulse, obedience over convenience. Father, I bring before you my future, not as something to fear or control, but as something to trust into your hands. I surrender my need to map everything out, to anticipate every outcome, to prepare for every possible disappointment. Instead, I choose to trust that you are already present in my tomorrow, making provision before I arrive, opening paths I cannot yet see, and guarding me from what would hinder my growth. Restore my ability to look ahead with hope rather than anxiety, with faith rather than apprehension. Lord, I ask you to restore my courage to live fully and honestly. Remove the masks I learned to wear to protect myself from rejection or judgment. Teach me to live authentically, grounded in truth, secure in who you say I am. Restore my voice where silence once felt safer. Restore my confidence where fear once restrained me. Restore my willingness to step forward even when certainty is incomplete, trusting that obedience matters more than perfection. Father, renew my compassion. Let my heart remain tender in a world that often hardens people through disappointment and pain. Protect me from becoming cynical, guarded, or indifferent. Restore my ability to feel deeply without being overwhelmed, to care genuinely without becoming depleted. Let love flow through me as a reflection of your love, patient, kind, and enduring. Teach me to see others through your eyes, responding not with judgment, but with grace. Lord, I ask you to restore balance in my life. Where responsibilities became overwhelming, bring order. Where rest was neglected, restore rhythm. Where urgency replaced wisdom, bring clarity. Teach me to honor the seasons of work and the seasons of rest, trusting that productivity is not measured by exhaustion, but by alignment with your design. Restore my strength through rest that renews rather than distracts, so I may serve you with longevity and joy. Father, I recognize that restoration is not a single moment, but a continuing work of grace unfolding day by day. I remain open to your ongoing refinement, knowing that you restore not only what was broken, but also what was underdeveloped. Continue shaping my character, deepening my faith, and strengthening my trust. I choose to stay surrendered, attentive, and receptive as you continue this work, believing that what you restore, you establish firmly, securely, and purposefully, preparing me for what is yet to come. Father, I bring before you the deeper places of my life where identity has been shaped by pain instead of truth, where past experiences quietly rewrote how I see myself and what I believe I deserve. You know the moments that left marks on my soul, moments I moved past outwardly, but never fully healed inwardly. Today, I invite you into those hidden spaces. Restore the way I see myself through your eyes, not through the lens of rejection, failure, or comparison. Where shame once spoke louder than truth, replace it with the assurance of your love. Where guilt lingered longer than conviction was meant to last, wash it away with your mercy. Lord, in those places where my identity became entangled with what happened to me rather than who you created me to be, untangle the lies gently but completely. Where I learned to define myself by loss, disappointment, or survival, realign me with your original design. Remind me that I am not the sum of my wounds, not the product of rejection, and not the echo of past voices that spoke over me without understanding your purpose. Restore my identity as a son, as a daughter, as one known, chosen, and loved before I ever performed, achieved, or failed. Lord, I ask you to restore my confidence, not confidence rooted in pride or performance, but confidence anchored in knowing who I am in you. Remove the internal narratives that tell me I am not enough, that I missed my chance, that I must prove my worth to be accepted. Silence the inner accusations that rise when I make mistakes, the comparisons that drain my joy, and the pressure that tells me I must always measure up. Teach me again that my value is not earned, but given, not fragile, but secure, not dependent on outcomes, but established by your hand. Restore my ability to stand firm in truth without striving for validation, without bending myself to fit expectations you never placed on me. Father, I bring before you my emotions, especially those I learned to suppress in order to survive. Heal the sadness I learned to silence because it felt inconvenient. Heal the anger I never knew how to express without fear of rejection. Heal the grief I rushed through because life demanded I keep going, even when my heart needed time to process. You are not afraid of my emotions, and you are not offended by my honesty. You created me with the capacity to feel deeply, and you desire to restore emotional wholeness within me. Teach me how to feel without being consumed, how to process without becoming stuck, how to release without becoming numb. Let my emotions come back into alignment with truth and peace, no longer controlling me, but no longer being ignored either. Lord, restore my sense of safety in your presence. Where disappointment made me cautious, even with you, rebuild trust gently. Where unanswered prayers created distance, draw me close again. Heal the subtle fear that tells me I should protect myself even from hope. I do not want to relate to you from fear or obligation, but from love and confidence. Restore the simplicity of my faith, the childlike trust that believes you are good even when circumstances are confusing and answers are delayed. Help me rest in the truth that you are not withholding from me. You are preparing me, shaping me, and guarding me for what is ahead. Father, I ask you to restore my sense of belonging. Where I felt out of place, overlooked, or misunderstood, remind me that I belong to you before I belong anywhere else. Heal the loneliness that came from feeling unseen or unheard, even in rooms full of people. Restore healthy connections where isolation became familiar and safer than vulnerability. Teach me to receive love without suspicion and to give love without fear of loss. Let me experience community not as a source of pressure or performance, but as a reflection of your care, where I can be known without being judged and supported without being controlled. Lord, I bring before you the weight of responsibility I have carried for too long. The pressure to hold everything together, to be strong for everyone else, to never let cracks show. Heal the belief that my worth is tied to how much I can endure or how much I can carry alone. Restore my ability to lean on you fully. Teach me that surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. Release me from the belief that everything depends on me. Remind me that you are the sustainer and I am the steward. Restore rest to my soul, rest that goes deeper than sleep, rest that quiets the striving within and allows me to breathe again. Father, restore my boundaries. Where I overextended myself out of guilt, fear, or the need to be needed, bring balance. Heal the places where I said yes while my soul was saying no, and the places where I said no because fear spoke louder than faith. Teach me when to say yes with courage and when to say no with peace. Restore discernment so I do not confuse urgency with importance or approval with obedience. Let my life reflect order instead of chaos, clarity instead of constant pressure, and intention instead of exhaustion. Lord, I ask you to restore my integrity where compromise crept in subtly. Where exhaustion weakened my resolve, strengthen it again. Where discouragement tempted me to settle for less than what you promised, lift my vision. Restore alignment between what I believe and how I live. Heal the gap between conviction and action. Let my choices reflect my faith, not my fear. Let my character be shaped more by your truth than by convenience or comfort. Make me whole in private as well as in public. Father, restore my creativity. Breathe life into ideas that went dormant when fear, criticism, or disappointment took over. Revive gifts I set aside because they were misunderstood, underappreciated, or too costly to pursue at the time. Restore the joy of creating with you, of expressing what you placed inside me without fear of judgment or failure. Let creativity flow again as worship, not pressure, as expression, not performance. Remind me that what you placed within me was intentional and meant to bless others. Lord, I bring before you the areas of my life where I stopped expecting joy, where responsibility replaced delight and routine dulled wonder. Heal the places where survival mode shut down celebration. Restore my capacity for joy that does not depend on circumstances going perfectly. Let laughter return where heaviness once lingered. Let gratitude rise where complaint once took root. Teach me to notice your goodness in ordinary moments, to recognize your presence in daily life, to receive joy as a gift rather than something I must earn. Father, restore my memory in a healthy way. Heal the way I remember the past so it no longer controls my present. Where memories trigger pain, bring healing. Where nostalgia causes regret, bring peace. Where reflection turns into self-blame, replace it with compassion. Teach me to remember without reliving, to reflect without reopening wounds. Let the past inform me, not imprison me, and let my future be shaped more by hope than by fear. Lord, I ask you to restore my trust in people without making me naive. Heal relational wounds without hardening my heart. Remove the armor I built for protection that now prevents connection. Teach me to love wisely, to trust discerningly, to forgive freely without abandoning truth. Restore balance between openness and wisdom so I can walk in love without losing myself or compromising what is healthy. Father, restore my voice. Where silence felt safer than honesty, give me courage to speak. Where fear of conflict kept me quiet, give me wisdom to communicate with grace. Heal the places where my voice was dismissed or ignored. Let my words be guided by truth, seasoned with kindness and rooted in love. Restore my confidence to express what you place on my heart without shrinking or apologizing for existing. Lord, restore my ability to receive. Where pride made me resist help, soften me. Where independence became isolation, reconnect me. Heal the belief that needing others is weakness. Teach me that receiving is humility, not failure. Allow me to receive encouragement, support, and love without guilt or suspicion, trusting that you often send your care through people. Father, I surrender again to your process. I acknowledge that restoration is layered, intentional, and unfolding exactly as it should. I trust you with the pace. I trust you with the order. I trust you with the outcome. Continue to lead me deeper into wholeness, clarity, and freedom, knowing that every area you touch is being prepared for lasting renewal and transformation. Father, I do so with a heart that is no longer clenched by fear, no longer weighed down by what was, but opened by trust in what you are doing. I sense that this moment is not merely the end of words, but the sealing of a work you have already begun. You are not a God who starts and abandons. You are the God who completes, who establishes, who brings to fullness what your hands have touched. And so I stand here in faith, not asking whether restoration will come, but agreeing with the truth that it is already unfolding. Lord, as I remain in this place of agreement with heaven, I declare that something fundamental has shifted within me. Even if circumstances have not yet caught up with what you are doing in the unseen, I know that the inner turning has already taken place. The old season has ended, not because everything around me suddenly looks new, but because the way I carry myself, the way I believe, and the way I trust you has changed. The season of striving has ended. The season of forcing outcomes has ended. The season of surviving quietly while carrying heavy burdens alone has ended. I release the mentality of exhaustion, the mindset that told me I had to earn what you freely give, and the fear that whispered I would never recover what was lost. A new season has begun, Lord, one marked not by pressure, but by grace, not by fear, but by faith, not by constant effort, but by divine strength that flows from intimacy with you. I receive this season with humility, knowing it is not deserved, and with expectation, knowing it is intentional. I step into it not demanding explanations, but trusting your wisdom, not clinging to the past, but reaching forward with confidence rooted in you. Father, I declare that restoration is taking place in every area of my life, even in places where I once believed nothing could change. In my heart, where wounds once shaped my reactions, healing is now reshaping my responses. Where pain once made me guarded, love is teaching me to open again. Where disappointment once hardened my expectations, hope is learning to breathe again. In my mind, where confusion and anxiety once battled for control, peace and clarity are being established. I receive a sound mind, anchored in truth, no longer ruled by fear or worst-case thinking. In my body, where weakness and fatigue once lingered, strength and vitality are rising. I receive renewed energy, restored balance, and wholeness that reflects your care for every part of my being. In my relationships, where distance and misunderstanding once lived, love, wisdom, patience, and reconciliation are finding room to grow. I believe you are healing conversations, softening hearts, and rebuilding trust in ways that go beyond human effort. In my purpose, where doubt once questioned direction and hesitation delayed obedience, vision and confidence are being restored. I am remembering why you called me, why you placed your hand on my life, and why you are not finished with me. Lord, I thank you that when you restore, you do not merely replace what was lost. You multiply it. You redeem what was damaged, mature what was delayed, and return it with greater depth, greater strength, and greater fruit. What once carried pain now carries wisdom. What once produced tears now produces testimony. What once weakened me now strengthens others through my story. I receive restoration that is stronger than before, wiser than before, deeper than before. I receive peace that is not fragile, joy that is not temporary, faith that is not easily shaken by circumstances or delays. Father, I now place my future fully in your hands, not as something uncertain or intimidating, but as something already secure in you. I release the need to predict every outcome, to control every step, or to fear what I cannot yet see. I trust that you are already present in every tomorrow I have yet to reach. You are preparing provision before I arrive, strength before I need it, wisdom before I face decisions. and grace before challenges appear. I choose to walk forward with confidence, not because I understand the path, but because I trust the one who leads me. Lord, I thank you that you redeem time itself. What I once believed was wasted, you have been using quietly and intentionally. What I thought was delayed, you were aligning with precision. What I believed was lost forever, you were preparing to restore in a greater form. I declare that the years the enemy tried to steal will now testify to your faithfulness. I believe you can compress time, accelerate growth, and bring forth fruit in seasons I never expected. I trust that my latter days will be greater than my former days, not for my recognition, but for your glory. Father, I declare that fear no longer has authority over my decisions. I will not shrink back from obedience. I will not stay small to feel safe. I will not silence my faith to avoid disappointment. I choose courage rooted in trust. I choose obedience over comfort. I choose faith over familiarity. Where you lead, I will follow, trusting that your direction carries protection, provision, and purpose, even when the path feels unfamiliar. Lord, as you restore me, I ask that you also use me. Do not let restoration end with my comfort alone. Make me a vessel of renewal for others. Let my life speak hope to those who feel hopeless. Let my story point clearly to your goodness. Let my words carry healing, my actions carry compassion, and my presence carry peace. Use me in my family, in my community, and in my generation as a living reminder that it is never too late, never too broken, never too far gone for you to restore. Father, I thank you that you are restoring not only what I lost, but who I am. You are bringing back the fearless version of me that believed without hesitation, the joyful version of me that trusted without constant proof, and the faithful version of me that prayed boldly and expected you to move. And this time, I know this restoration is different. It is not built on emotion, it is built on faith. It is not sustained by circumstances, it is sustained by truth. It is not fragile, it is firmly established by you. Lord, I declare that every closed door in my past was not rejection, but redirection. Every delay was not denial, but protection. Every loss was not punishment, but preparation. The miracle was never waiting for me to be perfect. It was waiting for me to surrender. And today, I stand surrendered, trusting, and ready. Father, I seal this prayer with faith. I seal it with gratitude. I seal it with peace. I declare that restoration has begun in my heart, my health, my home, my purpose, and my destiny. I walk forward no longer defined by what broke me, but by what you are rebuilding. I rise stronger, live freer, love deeper, and believe bolder than before. Not by my strength, but by your grace. Not by my effort, but by your power. Not by my timing, but by yours. And I give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise, now and always, in Jesus' mighty, merciful, miracle-working name. Amen. Finally, take a few quiet moments now before God. Let this be your still place, your sacred pause, your personal altar of reflection. Breathe slowly and allow your heart to settle. Gently ask yourself, without judgment and without fear, have I been truly honest with God about what actually needs restoration in my life? Have I invited Him into the broken, empty, or painful places? Or have I been trying to fix them on my own, carrying the weight in silence? Remember this truth clearly. Restoration always begins with honesty. God cannot heal what we hide, but He will fully redeem everything we surrender. So ask yourself again, with courage, do I truly believe that God can do something greater than what I have lost? Do I believe that what feels like an ending right now could actually be a beginning in disguise? In God's hands, nothing is wasted. When you trust His process, He transforms pain into power and loss into legacy. What the enemy meant to break you, God uses to build you. Consider this as well. Am I speaking God's word over my life each day? Or have I grown quiet because fear and doubt became louder than faith? Heaven responds to the sound of faith. Silence born from fear delays movement, but faith spoken out loud releases strength, clarity, and hope. When you declare God's promises, you are not reminding Him of His word. You are aligning your heart with His truth. So speak His promises now. Speak them even if your voice feels shaky. Speak them even if circumstances have not changed yet. Because when you declare His truth, heaven moves, strength rises, hope awakens. The restoration of God is not a question of if, it is always a matter of when. Your responsibility is not to predict the timing, but to stand firm in belief. Faith does not merely wait. Faith worships while waiting. May the strength of God cover you this morning. May He restore every area you once believed was beyond repair. May new doors of opportunity open before you, and may divine helpers appear at exactly the right moment. May favor surround you like a shield, and may peace guard your heart and mind through every challenge you face today. If this prayer has touched your heart, whisper it softly now. Lord, I receive your strength and your restoration today. And as you move forward, remember this deeply. The God who restores does not simply return things to how they were. He multiplies. What is coming will not just replace what was lost, it will surpass it. This is not an ordinary morning. This is your morning of divine restoration.